Whether you want to agree with it or not, whether you believe it or not, you are essentially putting yourself in a dating scene, because that's why men go to clubs. That's why men party. They know women are going to be there. That's why y'all get in free. That's an offering to the men. It's like, you guys show up, you guys got to pay what you got to pay, but the ladies that y'all are going to essentially be able to choose from, especially if you're a guy with money, you got a club section, you VIP, these are the women that we're bringing. So we bring women in free, y'all pick the women that y'all want to choose from. And that's essentially what it is. It's an advertisement, it's an opportunity for validation, and it's essentially being you served to men on a platter if they want that from you. That's essentially what it boils down to.
You don't just, and one thing, and I'll let you respond to him. You say that you don't party a lot, but you have found it necessary to get a fake ID so that you can party?
But I told you I'm still young, so I'm still working towards that.
But like you said, you don't party a lot.
But that's something like, I recently started doing the past months. I had that since the end of my senior year of high school, Brian.
So you've been partying.
I'm a junior at UCSB. I went through those phases, but in any point in anyone's life, you're constantly being educated on new things. So I'm constantly growing as a person, and I'm going to be learning more and more as I go. And that's something I've recently started to value. You know, everyone kind of goes crazy like their freshman year of college, for example, I think, or at some point or another. So that's at the point I am.
Well, let me just, and I know you wanted to respond to Q. I would just say, like, gentlemen, do not date current or former party girls who go to bars, clubs, etc. That's it. That's all I had to say.
Gentlemen, I want you to know that women and men have different intentions when it comes to that. And
Doesn't matter.
I understand what you're saying, because those are men's intentions, and that's why they want the girls there, because those are their hopes. But that doesn't mean the women will necessarily uphold those hopes and intentions of the men to go out.
No, it doesn't.
We're very different. So there are going to be some girls that go out and do have those intentions, like I was saying, and some men that will get those wishes fulfilled. But then there are those women that aren't going to advertise themselves or end up sleeping with those guys.
Well, just by virtue of you being in the club is advertising. Just by virtue of you posting photos on Instagram, that is advertising. Men, have you ever approached a guy?
Rarely.
Yes. How often have you been approached?
I think you asked this in the last podcast, but I said it was like 90% them, like 10% me.
But like when you go out, like you get approached a lot, right? See, this is this is a difference between men and women, is that.
So every time you go out, you're putting yourself in an environment to be approached, especially if it's a bar or a club.
But we could control how we react.
You can,
honestly, bar or club, us women will be on the street wearing sweats, no makeup, hair up. We'll still get approached. And again, this is a fundamental difference between men and women, and it's about how we react.
Well,
and just because we want to put ourselves in an environment while you're young, I'll literally call my mom and ask her, like, should I go out, Mom? Because I'll still sometimes be like, but I like want to celebrate. And she's like, you should, because one day you're going to have children, and like you're going to have to watch them, and you won't be able to like be young and have fun, like run free and like dance with your friends. Like, she's not like, yeah, like go sleep with some guy. Like, no, it's not like that. It's kind of about also like preserving your youth, because all of these things become intangible one day, you know?